Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Madeena Dalai. I am studying at University Muhammadiyah of Jakarta, majoring English education, 6th semester. Today I would like to teaching you about English conversation. But in English, they have a lot of conversation. Today I would like to teach you about the invitation. And before we starting about the conversation material, I have a warm up for you guys first. This warm up about the sing a song and clap your hand. You will follow me. So let me start the warm up together. If you're happy and you know, let's clap your hand. If you're happy and you know, let's clap your hand. If you're happy and you know, and you really want to show, if you're happy and you know, let's clap your hand. And this is the first song I would like to give you the information, the introduction. And the next song is about the introduction of English. The song is Hello, 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 how are you? I'm fine, I hope that you are too. And for the two songs, this is the warm-up song. And the next session, we would like to study our material. And before we starting our material, I would like to refresh the knowledge from the last week that is about the WS question. Do you know what is the WS question? And do you know how many there are? So I would like to refresh your knowledge first. So start with the WS question. In English, they have a 6 of WS question that is what, why, when, where, WHERE, where and how. What, why, when, where. This is only the example that I give you today. And the first word is what. The next is why, when, where, and how. I think you all will remember for the last week. This is the material of the last week. And this week we would like to continue about the conversation. The conversation. Conversation. Do you know what is the conversation? The conversation is interactive communication between one or more than two people. That is called conversation. And this material today is invasion. Do you know what is invasion? Invasion. Invasion is we would like to request someone or we would like to ask someone to go to the event. So you will look at the material on the book on page 4. They have a sum of conversation. This is the sum of conversation from the book. Look at the page 4. They have a two person, that is the Rama and Andrea. Rama and Andrea is talking together. This is the conversation between to invite Andrea go to the cinema. So you look at the first line. They say, the Rama say, oh hello Andrea, oh hello Andrea, and Rana. So Andrea say, oh hello, how are you? And if you see this conversation, you will know the conversation is talking between two people. So when we talking between two people, we call conversation. And then the next line is Andrea asking the Rana, hello, how are you? And the Rana will answer, fine, thanks. And listen, I have got couple tickets for to new brain pet. Would you take the come? If we see this conversation or situation, we will know this conversation will talking about the for asking Rana to go to the cinema. So we look on we see on next page that is about conversation about Bob and Adi. Bob say hello. Bob say hello, and Adi say hello. Hello, speaking. Can I speak to Mary, please? And then Adi said, she is not home right now. And this is only the example of the conversation. And if you see a lot of conversation, there will have the WS question inside of the conversation that I tell you for the last week about what, why, when, where, how, and another. So that we call the WS question, and also we will put the WS question on the conversation, so that will be the conversation between one or two people. So you look at the next page, they have invention and receiving or repushing. For invention, they have a lot of sentence, or they have a lot of question. So for receiving, they also have a lot of sentence also. And then do you know what is the receiving? Receiving is when we would like to say yes. And for refusing is when we would like to say no. So they have a lot of sentence that we can say when we would like to say yes or when we would like to say no. So you look at the one, for example, the first one is, would you like to come to play with me? So they say, would you like to come to go with me? So we have to say yes or we have to say no. This is the depend on the speaker. So for example, if you would like to say no, they will say, I didn't love to, but ... And if you would like to say yes, I would like to ... and say what do you like to say. And the next one is the, would you mind joining us to, for example, would you mind joining us to go to the party? Yeah, would you like to mind to go to the party? So if you would like to say yes, you will say, I would, thank you. And if you would like to say no, you will say, I wish I could, but I would like to go to another place, something like that. And the last one, not the last one, the third one is, would you like to come along? Would you like to come along? And for the next answer, receiving or refreshing, they have to say yes or say no, and they have a lot of answer also. But this is for example. Then that would be nice. And then thank you for asking me, but ... But this is a lot of example. For today, for this session, I have some exercise for our students to answer this session. This is the piece, write all the expression that you listen from the audience, from the teacher. So this have a lot of example. But now you can write another example that don't have in this page. You will write down in this table. So this is your homework for today. And for the students who don't understand the material enough, I will repeat the material for you again. Let me start the material once again. So this material is about the conversation. They have two people talking in the conversation. That is Bob and Abby. The first people say hello, and Abby say hello. Bob say, Bob speaking. Can I speak to Mary, please? And Abby say, she is not home right now. Bob say, oh, okay. Abby say, can I take message? And Bob say, yes, please, thanks. And Abby say, wait a second, I will take a pen. Wait a second, I will get a pen. So after the second, Abby get a pen, and they say a minute later. So Abby say, okay. Bob say, could you tell her to meet Bob at 7 p.m.? in front of the city public library. And Abby say, okay, alright. And Bob said, thank you. Abby said, bye. And this is the example of the conversation in English about the invitation or invite people to go events. As you know, invite is the meaning of the invite is we asking someone or we would like to request someone to go to some events. That is we say invite. And the conversation in English, this word conversation. The conversation in English we say the meaning of the conversation is interactive communication between one or more than two people that we call conversation. And if have anybody don't understand the material, you can ask me for now and then. If all the students already understand, I will give you the homework, and for this homework we will submit for next week. And for this session, this is we call question section. For this section, I will ask you one by one for the material that I have to teach you for last minute. And then I have 3 questions that I would like to ask you. For the first, for the first question is. For the first question is, what is the conversation? This is the first question, and the second is, what is the invite or invitation? And the third is what is the invite conversation? Yeah, I will ask the student one by one. So if you can answer this question, I will give you 2 points. So the first question is, what is the conversation? So the next is, what is the invasion? The third is, what is the invest in conversation? So that's all for today. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.